Hey everybody, I'm Dan Joseph with MRCTV. Today, we are at the big annual Democratic Executive Committee Conference. Democrats, that way, to the left. I'm going to find out if these people are ready for Hillary, and if so, why? Are you ready for Hillary?
I'm definitely ready for Hillary,
okay.
sir.
Are you ready for Hillary?
I am ready for Hillary. Absolutely.
You like Hillary?
Yeah, I do.
What is it about Hillary that impresses you so much?
Okay, her abortion standpoint.
Specifically about Hillary, why do you think she's uniquely qualified for the job of president?
I think she's spent 8 years in the White House.
All her foreign affairs experience was being Secretary of State, being next to the president for 8 years when her husband was
most of the time.
And she has spent 4 years as the foreign policy guru for the United States.
In her tenure as Secretary of State, what would you point to as her biggest accomplishment? What do you think her greatest accomplishment as Secretary of State was?
Oh my goodness.
Say it was Hillary's greatest accomplishment as Secretary of State.
I just think the way that she represented America.
Is there one moment of her tenure as Secretary of State that you point to and say, you know, that really impressed me?
I think there's probably 100 moments.
Okay.
I'm not trying to avoid the question.
No.
In particular, I honestly don't know to answer your question.
That's all right.
But I thoroughly believe that there's a reason that Obama put her there.
What would you say is her biggest accomplishment as Secretary of State?
Actually, it's maybe more of she didn't create a problem, let's put it that way.
You know, we are a little bit more at ease, you know, with our folk in the Middle East.
It's not so much that she did a lot of things, it was that she didn't screw up.
Exactly.
High bar, people. High bar.
She was one of the most well-traveled, if not the most well-traveled Secretary of States in our history.
I've been in African countries.
She's so well traveled. She's so well experienced around the world.
I have been in Asian countries.
And obviously that gives you a lot of experience in going to however many countries it was.
There's something she did, like a moment you can point to and say, hey, you know what? That woman has the foreign policy experience and a leadership ability that's going to make us a stronger nation and going to lead us into the
future. The totality of her experience.
Everything. Okay. Say, what do you think she's going to be able to point to as Secretary of State? I did this. I accomplished this.
Well, obviously she could answer that much better than I.
We obviously have a profound disagreement.
We've also kind of tightened up our relationship with Mexico.
Happy bicentennial, Mexico.
I think to be honest, I mean, compared to a lot of secretaries, she's not going to be remembered for a whole lot of major things, just because I don't think we were doing a whole lot on the foreign policy front.
And that's why at the State Department I've made women a cornerstone of American foreign policy.
We're not about to wage war for some insignificant reason.
Working with all the different countries to sort of having us start to wind down from wars.
I think when you think about all of the foreign policy issues that have come up over the years, I don't think foreign policy was really a huge issue under President Obama and during her term as Secretary of State.
You think she'd be running for president right now if she hadn't been the First Lady?
She certainly could have.
Think Joe Biden's going to give her a run for her money?
No.
As you know, a lot of people are talking about Michelle Obama and what an incredible candidate she would be.
You think so?
Yes, I do think so.
Have you met Bill Clinton?
I have not.
It's probably good. He'd like you.
I know.
With all due respect, the fact is we had 4 dead Americans. Was it because of a protest, or was it because of guys out for a walk one night who decided they'd go kill some Americans? What difference at this point does it make?